Hey y'all, I missed you. I didn't get to film it all this weekend. I was running around like a crazy lady. And so I really wanted to get on and film tonight, but I wasn't sure what to film. I would have loved to have done a shot my stash this week. However, I already had to pick out my makeup this morning before work. So I thought about it and I'm like, what do I want to talk to these guys about? Like, what's on my mind? So what I thought about was it might be kind of fun to go over what I picked out this week for my makeup, but to also kind of be able to give you a little bit of perspective on it since I have it on my face today. I thought that might be kind of fun. In addition, I recently have picked up a couple items from TJ Maxx. It's not a TJ Maxx haul or anything, but I just wanted to kind of share some fun products with you guys. And also I recently tried this really cool beauty tool I want to talk to you guys about. So anyway, kind of random, I get it. But if that sounds interesting to you, just stay tuned. So for this week, starting out with primer, I went in with one of my combination favorites here, the Touch in Sol No Pore Bloom Primer with the Milk Makeup, the Hydro Primer on top. I am about halfway finished this little mini bottle. The next time I'm at Sephora, definitely want to pick up the full size of this. I think it's fantastic. So went in with this first. I have to say that I'm still really very much in love with this combination. I don't know if it's my foundation today, which I will get to next, or if it's these primers, but I am feeling my skin. I haven't even really touched up with powder. I powdered my forehead a teensy bit right before I filmed, but that was it. I didn't touch up my bronzer, blush, nothing. So this has literally been on my face since just shy of 8 a.m. this morning, and it is now 7:30 p.m. tonight, so about 12 hours, and it I think still looks really, really nice, especially for this long. You might also notice that my hair is a little bit different today. It looks a little scraggly right now, but there's a little bit of like a wave to it. I also did my hair right around that time. Actually, I think I did my hair first, maybe? I can't remember, but it's been going strong since 8 a.m. So I'll talk to you a little bit about that too later on in the video. Next for foundation, I've had this foundation for a while now. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. So lots of foundations say they are long wear, and we've had these discussions where, you know, it looks great all day and then towards the end of the day it looks like trash. You're just like, oh my goodness, I'm a cakey gross mess. So this I think is really proving itself. I mean, I think my skin looks really luminous, it looks happy, and it's not breaking up. I don't have any problems around my nose, or I usually get a lot of breakup right around this area here, or my forehead. I'll have a lot of creasing under my eyes. I'll have creasing. Like, this is no touch up all day. So love this foundation. A lot of folks have said so many good things about this, and I've had this in my collection since pretty much the beginning. Like, I think I might have used it a couple times and I don't know what I even thought about it. I think I just had so many new products and I didn't know what I was doing, and I was trying different primers. But this foundation with those primers is like a new holy grail for me. I'm so in love with this. Additionally, I finally got to try the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Oh, I love this. Like, my under eyes, if you can see, like, what? Thank you. Thank you, NARS. You're like my hero today. So I am a humongous fan of this. And this is in the shade Light 2.5 Creme Brulee. And my foundation is in Salzburg. I used 4 pumps of this, 2 on each side. I believe you can probably get away with less, but that's what felt right to me. But it was less than what I would typically use of foundation. Really in love with this combination. I love these colors together. I think this concealer magically was the right color for me, so I'm grateful for that. I'm very happy these work so well with these primers. Next, for face powder, I went in with an old favorite. This is the Neutrogena Skin Clearing Mineral Powder. And I just adore this. It's a little bit deeper than my foundation, but I kind of like that for the bottom part of my face. And it's just, I mean, I don't really know if that really does anything. It's just powder, but I really love the way this sets my makeup. I love the hue it has. This is in Natural Ivory 20. So big fan of this powder. I think it lays beautifully on the skin. Next, for my contour, which was just for my nose, this is one of the new products I found at TJ Maxx. I was so thrilled. If you guys saw my Sephora haul, you'll know that I recently picked up the Tantastic Marc Jacobs bronzer. It's been something I've wanted since I developed this makeup obsession. It's something I felt was so out of reach for me, and then it wasn't. This is the Tantastic bronzer. I actually used this as my bronzer this week, and it's just beautiful. It's a little coconut Omega Bronze, Coconut Perfect Tan. So we saw this in my Sephora haul, but was able to find at TJ Maxx. It's all fingerprinty. Ooh, gross. There we go. That's better. So we have the Marc Jacobs. It's a 60 Hi-Fi filter. Ooh, and it looks like that. So I used the contour side today, this side here, to contour my nose, and I really like the color. It's a little bit warmer than I would typically use, but I enjoyed it and I would totally use it again. I figured if I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Tantastic bronzer for the first time, might as well do it with the contour, and I was really happy with these products. Then for blush, I pulled the NARS palette. Now, I'd heard Nakia Joy talk about this, as I'd spoken about in my Sephora haul, and I didn't really know, when I'd swatched it in store, I wasn't that impressed with it. I was like, I think these will be pretty. She'd spoken so highly. She said they didn't swatch well, but that they look beautiful on the skin. So I was like, let me trust Nakia Joy. Picked this up, tried it today, in love. I actually combined these two colors here and I blushed them onto my cheek, and I got this really pretty, like very summery, like sort of citrusy, sunny, bronzy, beautiful blush. I just was in love. I thought they were so pretty together, and I'll go ahead and swatch these for you. So those are the blush colors there. Then on my hand, this one swatches pretty well. See how light that one is? But together they were really beautiful, and they do apply so much prettier on the skin with a brush as intended than they do swatched. I love this palette. I was just like so happy, and it's lasted. I mentioned the one blush from Bare Minerals. I think that was in my it's my Ray Ray palette review, and the two looks in one palette. And I mentioned the blush in that palette, the blush in that video, the one by Bare Minerals. And like I'd put it on, and like within like I wouldn't even finish my makeup yet, and it would already be off of my face. It would just disappear into thin air. This is still rocking from 12 hours ago without any touch-ups. So, oh my god. Oh, no regrets about this palette, none. Beautiful. For my highlighter, I went back in with the Persona Cali Glow. I used this in my stash a couple weeks ago, I believe. I showed it in my Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul. In love with this highlighter. It is so beautiful. This might be one of my favorite highlighters. Jury's still out. I have a lot of highlighters to test and try, but this is definitely one I have just gravitated towards. It's so beautiful. I put it on with the highlighter brush we got in Boxy Charm a couple months back that I mentioned in my products under 20 bucks that I love. That highlighter blush really, really applies highlighter in a very diffused manner. And for this highlighter, which is super duper duper blinding and beautiful, like, oh my goodness, it's delicious, delicious. But I don't always want, especially with work, I don't want like a big streaky shiny highlighter on my face necessarily for work. That really pretty highlighter blush, it really diffuses it. You can kind of see. And again, this is from this morning. Like this makeup has just stayed and stayed. I have it on my nose. It's just, I feel so like summery and warm and sun-kissed today, and it was just happy makeup. Love this Persona highlighter. For my eyes, I picked out the ColourPop Double Entendre palette. This is the palette here. It's really pretty, really neutral. Sorry for the kind of glare. There we go. So went in with Extracurricular, buffed it out with Naked, and then I built up the crease with Hard, this darker red, and then I went in to the center like a halo effect with this color here called Draft, and then I went into the inner corner with this color here, which is called Keep It PG. So you can see they're really beautiful. And this palette I picked up basically for work. I wanted to have something that basically was a little bit more wearable. Well, that's a little crumbly. Okay. Look at those shimmers though. gorgeous colors. So that's what's on my eyes today. These 5 colors. These are my kind of standards. I'm sorry if they're kind of boring, but pure 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup under my eyes, which I love. The KKW Beauty under my eyes, which I love. I also used my Essence Lash Princess mascara, which has been not giving me the problems it was giving me in the very beginning. Maybe with like a little bit more air in it, the formula like chilled out a little bit. I haven't gotten as much like that smearing under my eyes the last couple times I've used it. It was like 2 days in a row that I was getting like all this like black under my eyes. I'm like, I didn't even put mascara on my lower lashes. Like, what is going on? But it's been much better and I really do like it. I used my Anastasia Beverly Hills for my brows. I use the Smashbox Fishnet Always On Gel Liner for my eyeliner. So that's basically like my stash. Now, I'd also chosen out, and I may still use them, but I also chose out the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. Mine is in shade 2, it would appear. And this is a little bit light for my skin, but it's really pretty. This is beautiful on camera. However, I've noticed that it's like slipping and sliding all over my face in a couple hours. So I don't wear it that often. And then I've heard Fenty Beauty is a great mixer, or can be used with this one, with this foundation, to keep it more in place. And I got the shade 150, which I think is probably my correct shade. So I'm gonna try mixing these two together and see if they last. And I thought, oh, I'll test that combination this week, see if I can put it to the test and if it works, if I like it better. But I just reached for the NARS this morning and I'm probably gonna continue with it this week because I loved it so much. But we'll see, maybe I'll get to these guys too. Okay, so that was my stash. So next I'll show you a couple more things. I mentioned some of the things in my stash that I picked up from TJ Maxx. Some of the things I haven't used yet that I've recently picked up. One is the Laura Mercier mascara. This is in Black Onyx and it's the Extra Lash Sculpting Mascara. On Leah Janae's channel, she recently did a TJ Maxx shop with me. And she mentioned, I think, finding 3 different types of Laura Mercier mascara. So be on the lookout for those. I only found this one kind. It was the only one there and it's in Black Onyx. It was perfect. I was like, great, I'll take it. I haven't checked out any reviews to see if it's good or not. I'll just put it to the test when I get around to trying it. I also picked up, and this was one I contemplated on. It's from Laura Geller. It's the Cool Lids. I did pick this up in, I think it's like Mermaid Tail or something mermaid. It's blue. And I did pick that one up and it's beautiful, but I haven't tapped into it yet. It's just kind of sitting there. I don't use liquid products that often, and I've been trying to be a lot more cognizant of what I'm purchasing, which is why I haven't been doing as many TJ Maxx hauls. For one, your girl is trying to save some money because that was getting crazy. I'm out of space. And like, I really just want to have products in my collection that I really love. Not so much like, oh, this is a great deal. Like, I want to be like, yes, it's a great deal, but like, do you need it? Do you want it? Does it make you excited? Are you going to reach for it? You know, it's just going to sit there and look pretty in your makeup drawer. So I'm trying to be a lot more thoughtful about my purchases. And the fact that I already have the blue one that I have not used, though I can see that I will probably, if I ever, you know, have a day to just do something experimental, something more avant-garde. But this one was silver, and I'm like, I just feel like with the Sultry palette and that beautiful cyborg color, I can see like doing this all over the lid and then like doing that in the center. Just, I can see silver being such a neutral color and more wearable. I feel like I could create some cool looks with it. I have also some cool tone palettes. Even that e.l.f. palette that has that really pretty like navy blue, did that look for the organization video. I think this would be beautiful even with that. I could even try it as the halo part in the center. So I feel like I could kind of rationalize enough ways I could potentially use this product, and it was only $3.99. So I'm like, you don't want to regret it. You know, if you regret spending $4, I don't mind that. If I don't buy this and I don't have it, I think I'd be more sad about that than the $4. So it made sense to me. I picked it up. That was a lot of explanation for such a little tiny product, but that's how we do it here on Joyce Beauty Jones. Moving right along. I had found Urban Decay's Liquid Moon Dust in Space Time months ago, but I hadn't found any of the other shades, and I actually found 2 of them. I picked up this Vega color, the blue color. I haven't even swatched these yet, so we're gonna see them together. So it's a little bit, Okay, so I can tell right away that I'm not crazy about this formula. It seems really patchy. You can't really tell on camera, but in person you can tell it's really patchy. Hold it still, maybe I can zoom in and show you guys. But I feel like, oh, this one's better though. This one's actually much better. This one is Recharged. It's like a kind of like a pinky gold, sort of champagne-y, like a rose goldy kind of color. And this is supposed to be like a blue and purple. I just kind of see the blue. I don't see the purple very much. I mean, I guess a little bit. This Vega is a little bit patchy, but Recharge seems a little bit better. Let me see if I can build up Vega. I mean, it's kind of breaking up where you repaint over it. So these might be best used as like a little inner corner or something, or under your eye. Not sure I would recommend this Recharge one maybe, or this could have just been like, you know, like an older product, or maybe I just need to like mix it up or something. I would say Recharged looks good, Vega a little patchy. Then I also got these two Marc Jacobs. This is like the new nudes. Yeah, new nudes collection. I got Understudy and Screen Test. So I actually wore Screen Test today, which is this color. It's just really beautiful and really buttery soft and comfortable and really nice. And then Understudy is this like peachy pink one. So that's Screen Test. That's what I'm wearing today. Now on the lips, you can see, at least on my lips, it's a little bit more like, I feel like it's a little peachier on my hand than on my lips. On my lips, I feel like it's a little bit more beige. So just something to be aware of, but I think it's really pretty. And then the other one is Understudy. This one I have not swatched yet or tried yet. So this is definitely much peachier. So it's definitely got a little bit more melony tones in it. It's very summery, really pretty. I also found two Laura Mercier lipsticks, Palm Beach and Royal Orchid. This is Royal Orchid. I'd say that's very similar to the Marc Jacobs, but it's a little bit pinkier, but the Marc Jacobs is a little bit more coral. So that's really beautiful. That one is Royal Orchid. And then Palm Beach was like a fiery orange. It was so pretty. It's like almost like a fluorescent orange. It was beautiful. Just felt like so perfect for summertime. And like, even if I got into that, like the Peachy Mattes palette by Too Faced with that lipstick, I think that would be gorgeous. I also found this Marc Jacobs. I was very selective. I found a ton of Bobbi Brown Marc Jacobs, and I think I might have found other Laura Merciers too. And I just was like, girl, you have no space. You have no space. You got to be really picky. So I picked the colors I thought I'd wear the most, or that were really unique to my collection. So this was one that I was like in love with, this gorgeous like plummy color. This is called Boom by Marc Jacobs. And it's like a stain almost. The consistency is pretty thin. It's very glossy. It feels like it'd be comfortable, but like a beautiful plum color. Then I also found this Bobbi Brown. It's like a really pretty nude. It's like kind of like a spicy nude, if that's such a thing, but a gorgeous color. It's just like right up my alley. I love the cute little packaging. I just thought these were beautiful, and like, I was just really happy they were brands I didn't already have lip colors in. Well, Marc Jacobs I did, but not his lipsticks. Oh, they're magnetic. But anyway, yeah, so very excited about those new lip products. I also found this Bobbi Brown foundation. It is in shade 2 Sand. The color looked like it would work really well for me. I don't have the box any longer, but on the box it said it was hydrating. It's got SPF 15 in it, and this is called Skin Foundation. So I'm excited to try this. I think it'll be beautiful. The Bobbi Brown I had tried prior, which is this one. That's Intensive Skin Serum Foundation, SPF 40. So I like the way this finish was. So I was excited to try this foundation from her too, and I love that it was hydrating. I was a little nervous. I'm like, what if it's for oily skin? But from what it said on the box, it seemed like it would be for dry skin, like me. Yay. Very excited to try this new Bobbi Brown foundation. And then last but not least, my very first Elizabeth Arden product. This is called the Flawless Finish Everyday Perfection Bouncy Makeup. So I've never tried Elizabeth Arden. I don't know much about the brand, but this was not too expensive. The color seemed right for me, and I'm always down to try new. I don't know if this is like, I mean, if it's bouncy. It seems like it's just a powder. Oh, I guess it does have a little bit. You can kind of like press it. It's like that putty kind of makeup. but that's it on my hand there. Now my hands are darker than my face. It's blending pretty nicely and it seems like it does blur. So yay. I was excited to try this. And I did see like 6 pieces. They were all different colors. This was the only one. This was like alabaster. Yeah, alabaster number 2. They had porcelain and then this was the next shade down. So I think this is gonna be perfect for my skin. Okay, and then the last part of my random video that I wanted to talk to you guys about was actually a hair curling tool. So I have, as you can see, very long hair. Typically I don't blow my hair dry. I leave it, you know, wet. I let it air dry. It looks disgusting, as you would imagine. And it's always like frizzy and crazy. I started basically either doing my hair in like a bun. If you guys see the Foop video, I usually do that for my hair, or I will braid it. And then the next day I'll wear it curly, stuff like that. Like I found a couple hairstyles that work for me instead of just letting it hang there and be scraggly. Ooh, I have more swatches. It's hiding everywhere. I purchased this hair curler at TJ Maxx. I'd seen a lot of people using the wands rather than the clampy type of hair curlers, and I was really intrigued, but I didn't know which one to get. And then the one day I saw this like funky looking hair curler at TJ Maxx on clearance for $30. I was like, wow, it's high for clearance, but if it was on clearance for $30, I'm like, this has got to be a good find. So I snagged it up and I hadn't used it. It just sat in my closet, you know, ready to be used whenever. Then this weekend, I decided, you know, Doug and I were going to go out to dinner and my hair was doing some crazy things. And I was like, let me try brushing it out. And then it was a big frizz ball. I'm like, okay, like I need to obviously do something with this, maybe run a straightener through it. It was like frizzing to the gods. So I was like, I wonder if I should bust out that hair curler I got and try using this thing. And I am not good at hair at all, just to set the record straight. If I can manage to get my hair to look halfway decent with this thing, I feel like the possibilities are endless because I'm so inept when it comes to hair. So what is this magical tool? Hot Tools Pro. This is the curl bar. So this is apparently a 24 karat gold rod. I didn't even know that. I was just like, this looks like a different kind of hair curler and it was interesting. And if it was, like I said, on clearance for $30, I had to be something cool. So I did find this on Amazon for $100. So it is available. It is pricey on Amazon. If that is within your budget, that sounds interesting or affordable to you or whatever, or if you find this at TJ Maxx, I mean, I did, so maybe you can too. I love it. I really feel like I finally found something that I don't suck at. So that was amazing. So features of this curling iron. You have the on and off switch at the top here. And then you have this little dial at the back that you can change the temperature. So let me show you guys. Okay, so you can push the little button and it goes on. And you can see there's got this little light up purplish ring here. And it shows you the temperature on the back, which you can actually adjust to be higher or lower. I've tried it so far at 410. So that's kind of where I let it be. And then I believe it stops blinking. See how it's blinking purple? It stops blinking when it's heated up. So all that I did, and like I said, I curled my hair this morning and my hair does not hold a curl very well at all, but it did. And I mean, it was much curlier this morning, but I still have curl in my hair. Like I curled my whole head of all this hair and like, I wasn't like terribly late for work, which was a miracle. So all you basically do, I pulled all my hair up and then I started at the bottom, but say we're at the top. You just kind of take it and like wrap it around the curling iron and then you just push the button. And what happens is it'll have a timer and the timer will actually buzz when you can let your hair out of the curler. Now this is on 15 seconds. I believe you can also adjust it down to like 10 seconds or something, whatever you want to do. But when it's finished, it will actually buzz at you, almost like your cell phone when your cell phone's on silent. See, just buzz. That's the curl. It was so fast. It doesn't smell like burning hair in my place like it normally would. And like, that's a really cute little curl. And it's a curl that like basically held all day. So I'm like shocked and amazed because I didn't know I could curl my hair. Like I didn't know I have hot curlers. I'll sometimes set it in and it always ends up kind of crazy and like puffy, which is fine. I mean, it's the best I could do before. I didn't have the patience with a curling iron with all this hair and it would always turn out looking like crap. But this is seriously so simple. Oh, and if you're afraid, it does have comes with this little like heat glove. So I guess in case you're nervous about burning your hand, you can put this on and you would be able to like get it closer or potentially, you know, touch this without burning yourself. So it does come with that safety precaution. You do have that. I have not used that yet, but literally like you're just taking like a section of hair and just wrap it around and push the little button. It does your countdown. Like I'm telling you, this was like my morning. I was like doop de doop de doop de doop de doop, and it was so simple. I was like thrilled. Let's see, we'll do. See when it buzzes. I see the little countdown. Do a little happy dance. It buzzed. Boop. Literally, like so easy. And it didn't take me long at all. I thought it would take me forever. Like if you have shorter hair than me, it'll take you even less time, I'm sure. But like, I just sectioned it up, easy peasy. And that's how fast we saw. I mean, on camera, I heated it up. I plugged it in and everything. So it does not take long to heat up at all. It's really great. I'm like thrilled with this. I'm like happy to have it. Set that down. So anyway, wanted to let you guys know about that. I will also link the Amazon link below. If you can find it for less money, great. If you can find it at TJ Maxx, great. That's where I found mine. And I think it does a really good job. Now, like I said, I've only now used it 3 times, so I'm not saying it's gonna last you forever. I can't make those claims, but I can say I don't feel sad about spending $30 on this, and I'd spend $100 on it, honestly, to have it again. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm just happy to have like a really easy beachy wavy hairstyle. I wore this to work today. It was piece of cake in the morning, so was really thrilled. And if you guys were in the same boat as me where you're like, I can't do my hair for my life, like me neither, but like look what we just did, real fast and easy. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope this was fun and informative and different, and you know, I missed you, and so I wanted to film and I wanted to say hello, and now I will say goodbye. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Look at my one gangster nail. Yeah, I need to get my nails done. I told you I was busy. What are we gonna do? Thank you for being here, and I love you.